So I'm an architect, and
you're gonna have to be super loud.
yeah, I'm an architect, and I'm also a lead AP, and my education is sustainably based. So cycling is very important to me. Ever since I was a little kid, I guess Greg and Mom got me into it. The Taco Bell bottles, so that's my genesis. So now I'm here, and we'll get this started.
Sorry, I misjudged the timing. There we go.
Okay. So the Backbone Bikeway Network, it's a vision of connectivity. So when we're faced with seemingly insurmountable odds, it takes people with a strong vision to accomplish a goal. America has been built on this ideal. When the Great Depression hit, stock market collapse, economic disaster, one man, President Roosevelt, he had a vision to restructure the economy and bring the United States out of the greatest depression ever seen in U.S. history. When the Russians shot up a satellite circling the Earth and put a rocket ship on the moon, one man, President Kennedy, had a vision to set the first man on the moon when America had only had one man ever to fly into space. When African Americans were denied the right to vote and were racially discriminated across the United States, one man, Martin Luther King, had a dream that his children would not be based on the color of their skin, but on the content of their character. All these men started with a vision of change, and they believed with enough faith and dedication to their goals, they would be accomplished. These men didn't fall victim to the status quo. They didn't worry about the budget. They didn't worry about how other people would react. They simply had a great vision, and our vision is the Backbone Bikeway Network.
Yeah.
What is the backbone? It's an ideal, it's a vision, it's a set of priorities and a commitment to connectivity. It's more than an engineering standard, it's about communication, operations, environmentalism, economics, and a social standard. The backbone starts with a simple prioritization of services that we already have. We have the LAPD, we have the Department of Public Works, we have Caltrans, and we have neighboring communities. You can all use these. The backbone starts with human infrastructure. It's the beginning of a significant shift that will lead to focus on education, encouragement, enforcement, communication, negotiation, and cooperation. The backbone is a statement of a commitment and priority, a priority for the people and the community. In a city where there's 7,000 miles of streets, cyclists are already riding, and it's us to support cycling as a transportation solution, one that complements other modes of transportation and vibrant street life. When did almost become an acceptable term? You know, the current plan, the proposed plan, almost gets you to work. It almost gets you to the store. It almost gets you to school. It almost gets you there, but it just doesn't. So the backbone seeks to make this final connection. The backbone consists of the streets that we already ride to get from the city center to the major destinations. It's already a reality. It's up to It's up to us to enhance it and turn it into a commitment to connectivity. The backbone has the potential to become a social movement. Are you with me? Yeah? Okay, so these are the major streets that take us to destinations. We use them just like a car, a bus, a train. So the focus is not there, it's on the people. Here's some maps. So this is the backbone. So here's some maps. Give me one of them. Venice, Wilshire, and Fig, major streets. Everything's on it. Schools, office, everything. Give me another one. We have the Valley area.
Yeah.
We have Ventura, San Fernando, Cahuenga. These take places. Sepulveda, Glen Road, from Valley to Central. We need that connection. Give me another map. How about the harbor area? PCH, that takes you from Washington to Mexico. Supporting these communities. This is what we need. So next slide. Who is the Backbone? So the Backbone came from a do-it-yourself movement from the LA Bike Plan. A few months ago, the LA Bike Working Group, we had open sessions and began work on the LA Best Bike Plan. It includes the Backbone Bikeway Network. Slide. Here we are working on it. I mean, this is 5 meetings that we had. This is Alex's marker. So next slide. We already have DIY movements within the community, within the culture. Fletcher Street Bridge, do-it-yourself bike lane, do-it-yourself Sharrows in Northeast LA. Next one, we have Midnight Riders and Sharrow signs, whatever you want to call those. And he even investigated his own hit and run case. I mean, that's do-it-yourself. He's got the guy into court. So we are a do-it-yourself community. We're in the do-it-yourself hub of West LA, the microwave. So yeah, give an applause for that one. Yeah. Okay, so next slide. So you foremost are the Backbone Bikeway Network. It's human infrastructure. We have the greatest value, and we are the greatest method to improve the streets. Next slide. So how do we implement the Backbone? We start with improving the streets that we have. Next slide. Back slide. Whoa. I guess that last one. So we start with improving this. Do we go? Can we go back? Back. Yeah. So here we start with improving the streets that we already have. Venice, we need to restripe it and pave some of the areas. Highway safety improvement programs. We need to educate the drivers, the bus drivers, everybody, cyclists included, pedestrians. We need to make that happen. The stimulus funds from the federal government, we need to grab some of those and make some fresh start programs to change the whole environment, to change the status quo. The streetscape and traffic calming, I mean, we need to create great streets. Wilshire was a great street until the car just ruined it and it took out these nice greenways. We need something like France, other areas that have great streets. And we need to put the focus on environmental, economic, and health benefits. That's for the people. That's people driving cars, people sitting in the buses, and people riding bikes, people walking. It's everybody. It's for the people. So next slide. Just like I'm saying, it's for the people. It's not just for cyclists. So everybody is involved. So let's go back. Let's next slide. Because we would have never came out of the Great Depression, or won World War II. Without the vision of President Roosevelt, right? So give me next slide. We never would have put the first man on the moon without the vision of President Kennedy. He wasn't bogged down in budget. What will people think of me? Next slide. We would never have a black president if it wasn't for one man to get the voting rights of blacks and the civil liberties without Martin Luther King. So, next slide. This is what we're fighting for. We're fighting for happy, tight community and families on the streets being healthy and getting places. It's a vision that we're fighting for. Next slide. Accommodation for all modes of transport, and that includes cyclists. Next slide. An improvement in the community and connectivity. We want to connect West LA to East LA, the harbor to the valley. So, give me the last slide. We want to become the city with the backbone.